Hey, how you doing there, young fella? Welcome back to the series. I was gonna start this by saying you guys are gonna have to take my word for it that I'm just gonna run down and ring the second bell on my own time, but I thought, you know what, I can just show a quick little cut of it. And you know what, while we're down here, why don't we get some extra souls and we will beat up on the ceaseless discharge. And we're not going to spend too much time going over that. Pretty much you guys all know how to cheese this son of a bitch. I like to block at the door because, I don't know, sometimes something just bops me when I'm at the fog gate, and that hurts. I don't need that. You will notice we are actually in character. You won't believe me when I tell you this, but we are going to be in character for the entire episode. And we're not done with the game yet, but before we move on to our next destination, and our next destination has the other ring that we're going to be using, we are going to use our ceaseless discharge money and buy some Titanite shards so that we may upgrade our only armor piece. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing all right. Oh, yeah. You know what? What am I doing? We can't go in there with 10 Estus. That'd be ridiculous. Actually, I'd be interested to see how many Estus I actually use in there. And I would normally just run through Sen's Fortress and do kind of like a speed run kind of thing. But because we actually had to stop off somewhere and pick up the Ring of Steel, I had to actually kill a few of the guys and spend a little more time there than I wanted to. Same thing with the top side of Sen's. I would normally go get the key so that I can open up the elevator. Elevator? I don't know, the hanging basket thing. I don't know what you want to call it, but the lift, okay, I don't know. Yeah, and if you get some good RNG, you can run through here pretty effectively. Of course, there's some guys in your way. There are going to be some situations where you're going to have to take somebody out. This guy on the bridge here, we don't normally take him out unless we're trying to get a man-serpent greatsword. I dig that thing. It is slow as hell, but it is pretty strong, and it's actually a really good strength weapon. It's got excellent strength scaling. I think it ends up at A strength scaling, and it's kind of a good alternative to the Black Knight sword if you don't meet the dex requirement for that. Because as you know, the Black Knight sword, you need 20 strength, and I believe it's 18 dex to one hand. So I think with 18 dex even, you could probably two-hand it at, I don't know, like 14 strength? I'm not totally sure about that. Whereas the Man-Serpent, all you need is 16 strength, and you can two-hand it. 24 strength, of course, we have, and you can then one-hand it. I'm not really even sure there is a dex requirement for the Man-Serpent Greatsword, but we're not going to talk about the Man-Serpent Greatsword all night, guys. We're not even going to use that thing well. Not today, anyway. We might use it at some point. And this is a real gamble here, guys. If you ever want to run through here and try to make the best time possible, you are going to take a real risk by just running through there and hoping that a ball isn't there, because maybe the ball is being turned on the elevator. Oh, we got kicked in the back of the head there. That was just nasty. Now, you might be wondering, why even go after this mimic? Because, as you know, we absolutely cannot pick up that lightning spear. That lightning spear is equivalent to a +10 weapon, and if we pick that up, we just effed ourselves in the A. out of all of the multiplayer we plan on doing. So because of that, we are forbidden to pick that up. Same thing with a couple other things. We cannot pick up the you know, at the beginning of, and it's so easy and tempting to just pick it up anyway, but like you can't do it. If you guys wanted to make a build like this, you can't pick that up. Also at the beginning of Anor Londo, there is a mimic that has the crystal halberd in it that is also equivalent to +10. We can have nothing to do with that. And the other thing is the mimic in Anor Londo that's right after Solaire's bonfire. It's the one that's in that fireplace, if you will, that drops the occult club. Occult is considered +10 because occult is the equivalent of divine +5. So if you want to stay at the equivalent of +5 weapons, that is +5 standard upgrade or +0 special, so Black Knight is special, Silver Knight stuff special. Yeah, don't pick that stuff up. You're gonna screw yourself out of your matchmaking. I don't know what happened here. Now remember, guys, I'm on the bike when I do this. Oh, yeah, I don't remember what happened there. I might have had to have a drink of water. I'm pedaling pretty hard on the damn thing. I wanted to apologize for the last episode we did. It was just very, rambling and stupid, kind of like this one. And probably next episode I'll apologize for this one. But we're gonna try to keep a little more, Dark Souls related because, I can't expect anybody to give a shit about shop talk and that kind of stuff. Which actually, that reminds me of a funny story. I'll just tell you guys this story. I'm not going to tell you guys any more stories. I'm done telling you guys stories. At least for a couple episodes anyway. I'll give you a grace period. There's lots of things that I like to do in Sen's Fortress, but there is a reason why I would run through here faster than greased shit in a straight line, and one of those reasons is I normally wouldn't really want to get invaded. I mean, it's one thing if I get invaded and my character's pretty much put together as this one is now. Now, you didn't see it happen, but I did upgrade the plank shield and the butcher axe, butcher knife, whatever the hell it is, to +5. Yeah, so like we're only soul level 15. I mean, anybody who invades here, well, I invade here. I don't want to say scum of the earth. There are invaders like me out there. There might be invaders like you out there. My wife has actually been doing a lot of invading. She built a low-level character. I think we stopped at soul level 15. She's been invading. She invaded for a couple of days and got up to 99 humanity already in her counter, which I thought was pretty impressive. For someone who hadn't ever invaded before, I got her on the low-level invasion bus. But yeah, we don't want to suffer the indignity of getting invaded if our character isn't finished. Now, of course, Mildred, as you know, is a PvP character for us. So, we get invaded, I'm fine with that. If we get invaded, I'm probably gonna eat shit. Mildred has disadvantages that make it so that she's more aptly suited towards, I guess, doing PvP against pukes. I don't know. You can say, you can have an argument like, well, if you're actually good at PvP, you could be invaded by a level 700 and beat his ass. And you're like, yeah, okay. I think there is some merit to that statement. I think for a lot of people, your gear will kind of make the difference. if I see someone in the Berg with dark bead, and you know, I might be one of those dicks too at times, believe me, I'm probably going to draw the conclusion that my PvP chops might not be as high as someone who doesn't use dark bead. But, like, if I have to rely on dark bead or hornet ring or something like that, if that's how I'm going to have to win my fights, it's like, well, whatever, dude. And we didn't get invaded, though. For any of you guys who are having fun with that big dipshit on the roof, not the iron golem here, but the guy that throws those giant fireballs or whatever. I don't know, they're fireballs. I mean, they're fire bombs. They're kind of like huge fire bombs, aren't they? Yeah, bring Tarkus up, and yeah, that was really good. I kind of misjudged that proximity to his boomstick, I suppose. Yeah, Tarkus, you know how much of a machine Tarkus is. Tarkus is also kind of lazy. I can't say I blame him. I know how heavy that greatsword of his is. Not only that, but all the shit that he's wearing. It's like, add an extra, I don't know what, 100 units to me and see how fucking lazy I am. That spring in my step is going to be gone instantly. Spring in my step. Oh, for Juniper's sake. So we make pretty quick work of the Iron Golem. I liked that collaboration fucking nasty hit we both gave him at the same time at the end. That was pretty good. And so that was going to do it for the episode, but I said to myself, we have to do an invasion. That's what we're here to do. And we are going to invade a literal baby. A literal bebe. Which I thought was kind of funny. I see a name like that, and I think I am in for the worst Tranquil Walk of Peace, Gold Tracer, Darkbead, Wrath of the Gods, you name it, a twink of twinks. But we didn't get that. We got this nice young man here who made a critical error in trying to attack us first. If you attack me first, it is game on, buddy. It is game on, and I hope that goes for everybody within the sound and smell of my face. You want some, I will give it to you. Now, of course, it's a totally different story if, let's say, I invade you and we do some gestures and you indicate to me that, well, maybe you don't really want to fight, and it's like, alright, I'll leave you alone. I don't have a problem with that. I've said it a million times, I know how shitty it is to invade at this level. That's why I don't like to be completely overpowered. Well, unless you piss me off or something, then I might do it. So we made quick work of that guy, give him a cheeky little, well, what is it, for his cheap little jumping R2 at the beginning while we were gesturing. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Short and sweet today. And the character is finished, but we are going to keep going in the game, but that will be next time. So I hope you join me for that. Anyway, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I will see your fine ass later.